All right, guys, welcome back to game number 2 of Team Supp Diff versus Team Big Vibrating Chungus. Right now, we're seeing Supp Diff with that first W. Big Vibrating Chungus isn't able to pick it up. We are looking to see likely some more jungle bans. Because as we were talking about last game, Cloudy Day has been playing relatively well. So I'm looking for some early jungler bans. Take away some of
This
the early
might
junglers.
be,
That Graves is the number one ban.
yeah,
This
this might
might
be
be
a
what?
full game of jungler bans.
It
There,
could be.
obviously, Team
Could
Supp
be.
Diff is just gonna ban away that Evelyn, right? To start again, a target ban onto two dude, and then I think that Team Big Vibrating Chungus is just gonna go ahead and just do a full sweep of junglers. So it'll be interesting to see what junglers both sides have to pick up after what's essentially going to be mostly junglers getting banned through this first round. And I would assume
Yeah, I was gonna say
that,
I'm looking for a Kha'Zix ban here. I didn't want to
yeah,
cut you off, but I was looking for the
no,
Kha'Zix
yeah,
ban.
yeah, yeah. Makes sense. We've seen the damage that he can do from that. But I would assume that Team Supp Diff is going to actually first pick or early pick in those rounds the jungler. Obviously, they don't want any more junglers to get banned. So grabbing that jungler right off the bat might just kind of help them to avoid getting all of his champions taken away.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've seen a Graves, we've seen a Kha'Zix. I'm not 100% sure. Could see a Rek'Sai ban because we have seen Cloudy Day on the Rek'Sai before.
Should be Heck.
Could be Hecarim.
Oh, could be Heck, and it
Could
is
be
Hecarim.
Hecarim. Hecarim is the one I was going to be going with second there. I do like that ban, but we see the Udyr left open. We see the Morgana left open. We see a Rumble left open. There's still a lot of good prio picks in the jungle that are left open. So I'm curious to see who Cloudy Day is going to pick up. I'm curious to see who Two Dude's going to pick up. I want to see an early jungle pickup for both these guys. However, it's looking like Essence of Flames is just going to be picking up that Ashe again. It did work well for him last game, so I don't really blame him for picking it up again.
Oh,
Okay,
this
and
is a
an
new
early
champion.
Recon pickup. I think this is the first Recon of the tournament,
I
so
want
it
to
is
see
going to be cool.
Isaiah. Yeah, I
And we
want to see
could see
Isaiah.
Isaiah. We could
We haven't seen
absolutely
that.
see Isaiah.
We haven't
Also,
seen
I just
either
realized that
Isaiah
the
or Rakan.
spectator delay is up. I apologize for that, you guys. I did not mean to have that spectator delay up and on the screen. Diana! This could be a jungle. This could be a mid lane, so I'm not going to get my hopes up just yet. But if it is a jungle, I like that pick.
I like the team fight they have set up for themselves right now. I like the combos with the Diana, with the Rakan. I want to see Isaiah, obviously, because Zaya fits so well with Rakan. We also haven't seen Isaiah yet, so it'll be interesting to see new AD carry champions. We've seen a lot of the same repeat AD carries, obviously, because there are AD carries like Ashe right now who are just good. But it would be interesting to see some of these newer picks like Zaya. We haven't seen any Aphelioses. So really champions like that just to kind of swap things up. But I'm liking the team fight out of Team Big Vibrating Chungus right now. Obviously the Rakan uh, being able to group up a large number of teams, and the Diana don't even need to talk about that. On the flip side, the late game picks coming out from Team Supp Diff is going to be huge. The Kassadin, obviously Kassadin, and the Ashe with those late game arrows, that's super important. If you can catch one or two people out with those arrows in the late game, that can be completely change the whole course of the game.
Especially with that late game Cassidy that you're just talking about. That arrow plus that late game Cassidy absolutely deleted. Then the Seraphine late game, once she's got her Moonstone and her other items that she'll pick up, all those legendary support items that contribute to healing and shielding is going to be huge for the Seraphine, I think. So one thing that is going to be quote unquote boring is seeing the same bottom lane again. But you know what the saying is: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm liking that pick, and I'm liking this Yone pick, by the way, for Ravedorn. Diana, Yone, Rakan, I think is going to be a really strong team fight comp so far. So I really like this, and I think this is going to give them the capability to, roam into that jungle like I was talking about before. It's going to give them the capability to get some priority and, start to roam, get some
Um,
capability of roaming into the jungles and taking them away.
Okay. What I thought we were gonna see with the early game jungle pickup isn't gonna happen, and because of that, that's a 5 jungle ban. I just wanted to point that out. That is 5 junglers just banned. So I am. That must be like all 5 of his top picks. So I'm very
Peels
interested to
Peels
see.
mentioned it in the Chits chat. that
Keels did
they
mention
banned
it.
5 junglers, and it's looking like Big Vibrating Chungus is banning 5 junglers too.
Yes, so it'll be super interesting to see what they're gonna pick up on this last pick. They're saving the jungle for the last pick. Wow, very bold strategy here to not even pick any. Okay, wait, hold on. There's no way. Okay, no,
Ramus.
no. I will, I will actually be so confused if it's a Rammus or a tank jungle. That just doesn't seem like Cloudy Day's strategy right now.
Yeah, I could see a Vi though. Vi is always a strong pick in my opinion. Uh, she may not always be, top tier, but I think Vi is always strong. And I was gonna say this before we even saw that Mordekaiser. I'm looking to see a Yasuo ADC here. Once, oh, maybe a Yone ADC. Okay, never mind.
Whatever it is, they're brothers.
I
So
figured it was gonna be a Yone mid, and then he could roam down and help his brother in the bottom lane. But it's looking like it's gonna be Yasuo helping his brother in the bottom lane.
it's potato, same
Yeah,
champion, right?
they both start with the Y. They both have an O in there. They both have a sword. They both deal with wind. It's
They both
pretty
do.
similar.
They both do a lot of crit, and they just make you
They
want to
both do
slap their.
damage.
They both do damage, lots of damage, and
That's the best way I can look at
they
it.
both make people want to slap their face with their keyboards. So, well, same. It doesn't really matter where you put him. Obviously, just like you, I kind of expected Yasuo to be going more on the bot side, just because of his wind wall is so important in stopping a lot of those ranged attacks from the other ADCs. So that's what more of I expected. But this will be interesting. Rakan Yone, they do have a lot of engage. I want to say that.
They
So a
do.
lot of engage, a lot of team fight coming out of the side of Big Vibrating Chungas, and then a lot of late game, a lot of picks. The Vi has a lot of pick potential, and obviously the Ashe and the Cassino. We already talked about that. So pick versus team fight. I'm very interested.
I'm very interested as well. And we are going to take another short little break as we have been doing for the last couple weeks. We are going to be taking a quick little 2.5 minute break. And once the game is started up, we will be going right back into it. And we will catch you guys in just a few moments. All right, you guys, we are back in it with game number 2. All right, we're in it with game number 2, Supp Diff and Big Vibrating
Yay!
Chungus. I am liking the pickups for Big Vibrating Chungus this game. I think that they do have the ability to do what I was saying and put some pressure on Cloudy Day in that jungle, put him under some stress, and see if he can handle the stress and still do well. Because I think that is their best strategy right now. Because obviously we've seen like the rest of Supp Diff perform well. It's not like the rest of Supp Diff has been like, it's not like they've been doing poor, right? So
No, no, not in any
but I
sense.
just think that Cloudy Day has absolutely been the standout for that team, and I think you would agree with me. So if they can put a little bit of stress onto him and take some of his, oppressive nature away, I think that should open them up to get a little bit more pressure on the map and start to take more objectives, get their XP back, rather than being shut down early. I think they might be able to shut Cloudy Day down early and at least give themselves time to get ahead, so that even if Cloudy Day does manage to catch back up, he's catching up and he's not pulling ahead more.
Yeah, and they've already done some of that. They've banned out the 5 junglers. So if you're just watching now, 5 junglers were banned. And I think that's a good first step. I think that getting rid of a lot of his champion pool is a place that you want to start. And I think you're right. The next place that you want to visit is trying to shut him down in the actual game. So whether that's getting to camps first, warding up his side of the jungle so you can actually go in and invade him. I think a big tool for Big Vibrating Chungus right now is going to be potentially getting some deep vision. So if they notice he's on that deep vision on one of his camps, they can actually decide to send 2 or 3 even over to just kind of roam and potentially kill him on those camps.
Absolutely. And one thing I want to talk about right now as well, we see a slight role swap. We see Cassin going in the top lane on Senpai, and we see Doomsbay taking it to the mid lane with the Malphite. And Malphite
we were
does only
wrong.
have a corrupting potion right now, so I'm not 100% sure if he's going to be going tank or if he's going to be going AP. But I'm assuming that this is a little bit of a lane swap because they do not want to play the Cassin into the Yasuo.
Well, here's the thing, right? Malphite has his passive that gives him armor, and Cassin has his own little passive that gives him. So you want to put that against the magic lane. You want to put the armor against the AD lane. So actually, pretty big brain, pretty good idea there to swap them, because you don't want to put the because that armor is going to be useless, obviously, against a top lane AP threat, and then the MR is going to be useless. And here's what we talked about, shutting him down. 2 dude on Cloudy Day, and MG Mass is going to actually respond. Might not be in time, though. 2 dude able to flash over the wall, but so does Cloudy Day. MG Mass is going to follow them now, and all fights are breaking out because Doomsbay is here onto Ravedorn. Ravedorn might actually be able to pick up a kill for himself. The Tornado is going to come through, the flash forward from both of them. One more auto is going to do it. Ravedorn is going to be able to pick a kill onto Doomsbay for now, and actually, I think that Cloudy Day was able to get out for his life.
He was, absolutely, and he's going to be able to pick up that top scuttle. 2 dude has not been having fun in this series. However, that is flash for flash. Though, the thing is, Cloudy Day will likely have flash up by the time he hits level 6. So he will still have the ability to flash ult onto people if needs be. However, for now, he's not able to flash Q. So that takes away some of his early game pressure. But they also have the flash coming out from Doomsbay and the flash from Ravedorn and 2 dude and MGMAs. So it's a 2 for 3 in the flashes anyway. So it's not really going to matter too much. And in the mid lane, we're going to see some fighting going down. But it's not looking like that's going to amount to too much as we see, Ravedorn and Doomsbay both at relatively full health. However, we are going to see 2 dude coming in for the gank. But without his ult, it's not going to be able to CC him. But the knockoff from the Yasuo will. Ravedorn going to be going a little bit too deep. 2 dude might be able to pick him up if he walks around. I don't know if he knows that he's sticking around. Speaking of sticking around, MGMAs might be sticking around for too long. Or might be Senpai doing that as well. If MGMAs can wait out his cooldowns, he might be able to kill Senpai. However, that is looking like that could not be the case as Senpai is looking to go in.
Yeah, even with these armor stats and this MR stats in the respective lanes, you still have to be worried about, you are a Cassin. You can't get a bit too aggressive in the early game because you still lose that out. Pre-6 especially, and he might be losing this out a bit too much. Senpai might be trying to trade his life over for a couple of cannons there. More fighting in the bot lane, we're going to break out, and oh no, your attorney going to get caught out just for now. Essence of Flames doing some wonderful kiting there onto the Ashe. Ashe can be such a huge threat with all the kiting, all the slows. So fantastically played right now by him in the bot lane.
Speaking of the kiting coming up from Essence of Flames, you talked about it last game as well. You've mentioned it a few times throughout the game about Essence of Flames kiting, and I think that's been one of his shining factors in in the entire tournament, but especially in this 2-game series so far, is his ability to kite. Because kiting in itself is absolutely an art form. So I
Oh,
feel
hold
like
on.
Essence of Flames has, picked up a very good grasp of that. And as I'm talking about that, Vi is coming up in the top lane. Cloudy Day is going to be able to pick up likely an easy kill onto MGMAs with that W passive here. Oh, but MGMAs
Oh
might be
my.
fast enough to get out. 2 dudes here to help. MGMA is going to be pulling him under turret. They're going to be able to do some major damage. They might be able to pick him up. However, Cloudy Day is just going to be able to walk out. If they were level 6, then I believe that they would have been able to pick up that kill onto Vi. However, that is not the case, so Cloudy Day is just going to be able to walk out, but he's not going to be able to pick up that kill. However, we do see him going back in onto 2 dude right now. If Cloudy Day got that third auto, he might have been able to pick up 2 dude, but 2 dude's able to get away. So no big deal. Ravedorn's
Oh,
going to go
hold
in.
on.
He might be able to pick up this kill and E out on the minion, and he's going to be able to pick up the kill and dash out. No issue. Cloudy Day's coming to pick him up. However, Ravedorn knows, so he's going to back away. And if he didn't, even if he didn't see him, he would have a good idea. He knows Vi was just on the top side. He knows that Cloudy Day was just on the top side. And he is low. He just want to fight. He was under turret. He knows that Cloudy Day has the capability. So even if he didn't have the vision, I think it's smart of him to pull off there anyway. And that's exactly what he did.
Ravedorn has been playing this Yasuo so. He's been using all the abilities so well, dashing through the minions at the right times, using his ultimate. Oh, wait a second. There's fighting in the bot lane. Essence of Flames could be going down, but not for now because your Eternity has to follow back. And the kiting that we talked about, you have to be able to return the damage. You can't just give up. Your Eternity is going to go back in. Going to get stunned up, though. And the Essence of Flames, the damage, the slows coming in, able to put it just enough. But neither team, neither bot lane, going to be able to go in just for now. I just wanted to talk about this mid lane, though, because 2-0 on a Yasuo, this can get scary. And they're going to be able to pick up a dragon for themselves here. What it looks like. I don't think there's any vision on that.
I don't think there is either, and I agree with that Yasuo. He's already got boots. Doomsday's coming to put some vision here, but I feel like it might be a little too late. However, Doomsday does have his ult up, so he can never fully rule it out. But he is just going to go ahead and walk away, give up that first dragon. The first dragon isn't the end of the world, so he is going to go ahead and pick that up, and we're going to see a TP top lane from MGMAs. I'm not too worried about that play. I think that's perfectly fine. That TP is perfectly fine. You want to pick up that experience. You want to pick up that gold. You don't want to let Senpai on the castle and start to farm up more, get himself ahead, and especially now that he's level 6, he has a little bit more mobility, and he is still stacking up that tier. However, thought Ho Waffle's going to be going down.
He is going to be going down, and Cloudy Day is on the chase, on the hunt, looking for 2 dude who might be overstaying his welcome. Not for now, though. I think right now, if your team Big Vibrating Chungus, you play around that Yasuo. 2-0 to start off the game as a late game carry threat that Yasuo is. They might be able to get another kill here. Cloudy Day is in the bot side, going to get found out by both Ravedorn and 2 dude there. Going to be able to dash away. No more pressure. But I think right now, you play around the Yasuo. He's already got a lot of damage. He's got a lot of CS. He's going to be doing a lot right now. And he does have that ultimate to shred through any armor that he needs to. So I think you play around this Yasuo. You get him to that late game scaling ridiculousness that Yasuo can be.
I absolutely agree. And speaking of, late game ridiculousness, it is looking like they're going to have an easier time getting to late game is Big Vibrating Chungus, as right now it's 2-2 versus the 3-0 that it was before and the already couple thousand gold lead. The gold lead right now is pretty negligible. It's only 500 to 600, which can very easily be made up. So I'm not too stressed out about that. We do see Thought Waffle going into the mid lane, be able to hopefully pick up Doomsday here. The Yasuo ult is down, but Doomsday is going to be able to ult back in. Yasuo is tanking the turret. Thought Waffle can only tank 1 turret shot, especially when it's charged up like that. So it's good that they're getting out. I like the attempt. They got the flash out of Doomsday. They got the ult out of Doomsday. We see 2 dude coming in, but Cloudy Day is there to contest as well. And I think Cloudy Day on the Vi is going to be able to win that out against the Diana.
But the rest of the
Ravedorn's here to
team,
help him out. And that Diana ult is going to be really strong. Ravedorn, almost going to be able to connect with that Q. Senpai going to get pulled into the Shadow Realm by MGMAs. Not quite sure if that was the play. I think MGMAs would have been better to just leave him in the light realm.
No. Oh, the
Cross
arrow.
map
Perfect.
arrow. But MGMA is just going to be able to get out. Senpai's likely going to be able to get out. I like this Mordekaiser pick. I'm not quite too sure about that ultimate. I think he could have held that for now. I think it
You
would
know
have
what?
been best if he,
I was gonna say that it's a good pick, and I was also gonna say that I think that they've done a great job of shutting down Cloudy Day, but he got himself like 2, 3 kills there.
yeah, he did get a couple kills. Here's the thing. I think if MGMA's holds that ultimate for just a few seconds longer, I'm all right with using an ultimate in that fight, but I at least would want you to wait a little bit longer. Leave the Cassian out there. Use your Yasuo. You know, take the damage that Yasuo can still put out. Finish up that kill. Then, if needs be, you can ult away the Vi and at least let your Yasuo get out. Because as much as you want to live yourself, right now that Yasuo is likely going to be the convincing factor if they go ahead and win this game. So I think if
Yeah,
you can save that ult and in turn save the Yasuo, that would have been possibly a better play. But you
yeah.
never know unless it was to happen.
Oh,
And
hold
they
on.
are going to see a pretty good pick, but a missed ult from the Yone and a
Oh my
huge ult from
word!
the Seraphine. Two dude is going to be able to walk out. Ravedorn's going to be going down to Cloudy Day. And it's looking like Supp Diff is just going to be able to turn this around with the TP coming in from the Senpai, the flash in as well. Thought Waffle going to be doing everything he can to save two dude, but it's not going to work. And he's going to go down himself. Dragon's coming up in a minute. So they do have time to get back to the Dragon Pit if needs be. However, it's looking like that might be picked up for Team Supp Diff. I would like to see a little bit more pressure going down around the map, if we could, from Team Big Vibrating Chungus. However, there's still time.
Well, I think they got the late game here because
Absolutely.
You talked about saving the Yasuo's life, right? And I think that's the role that the Mordekaiser was picked for this game. Playing, oh, hold on now. Good juke there, but the juke isn't going to be enough because Vi has an untargetable, unmissable, unclickable ultimate there. So good job picking that up. But yeah, what you talked about, you know, with that Mordekaiser, I think they're going to use that as a pseudo support lane in this late game. Right? Because he can just essentially remove Cloudy Day from this game. So I think that's exactly what they decided to do. Get tanky on the Mordekaiser and just actually, literally remove Cloudy Day from the game.
I think that would honestly be one of their something that's one of their best interests in this game, because as much as I think this could go pretty well, even if they don't do that, I think that is going to be a very strong factor in helping themselves win this game, and especially getting into this late game. Cloudy Day has obviously been playing well. Vi is a good champion. I like Vi. Whenever I get put in jungle, I do like to pick up that Vi myself. However, Vi is not quite as late game as we see, a Yasuo and a Yone, right? So
Oh,
if we can
flash
get them
forward.
ahead, I think that's going to be good for us. Or good for the side of Big Vibrating Chungus. Sorry, I don't know why I said us. Don't listen to me
TP
sometimes.
in here, though. There should be a fight here for members. Our bot side, Ravedorn, does have the damage right now for Big Vibrating Chungus if he can get a good ultimate. And here we go, Doomsday following in for the one-man ult. Thought Waffle now having to ult, and the rest of the team now having to run. Two dude trying to run, but is going to get caught out by Cloudy Day here with that Q. So that does look like it's going to be dragging over to the side of Team Supp Diff. And a whole bunch of damage now on that Vi. I think your best bet is to just remove that Vi. If you can remove that Vi, you're actually even right now in kills. The rest of the team only having 3 kills. Senpai up on the top side might be getting dropped here. Dragon is going to go over to Team Supp Diff. Ravedorn now fighting Doomsday. Doomsday without that ultimate. Your attorney in the bot side too. The ultimate, the Asher is going to come through. A nice ultimate by Ravedorn onto Doomsday. I don't think it'll be enough. Here comes the Vi ultimate onto Ravedorn. Going to pick him up just for now. Doomsday is going to live, and in the bot side, nothing else is going to happen. They were both able to get away from all the damage.
This Vi seems to be everywhere and nowhere, because you lose vision of her, but she's there. Doesn't matter where it is. She always seems to be there, and you never know it.
Oh, ultimate
Speaking
just
of which,
missing on the Yone, but the ultimate also missing from the Seraph. But the damage coming back through
Thought
Essence of Flint,
Waffle is likely
kiting
going down
so
anyway.
well. Wow, kiting so well on that Ash, able to pick up a kill because they were able to follow back through with that damage. And this game is looking just as good for Supp Diff as it did in the last game. How do you come back right now, Joe? What's the plan?
I think it's
If you're on
absolutely
the team.
possible. We see the Yone is only 0-1. Yasuo's 2-3-0. The Diana's not doing all that well. But at the same time, the top lane's going a lot better for MGMA's this game. Last game we saw him get to 1-6 on the Orin. Right now he's 0-0-0, and while he hasn't seemed to have had much impact in the way of getting kills for his team, he's also not giving kills over to the enemy team. So I'm perfectly fine with that. But we do see a 0-3-0 Rakan. However, I do always like Rakan for team fights. So if we can go ahead and farm up, get some XP again, like I was talking about last game. I know it probably is going to sound redundant, but that's essentially what you need to do. Farm up, get some XP, get some gold into your pocket, support this Yasuo, support this Yone, and get them to a position where they can win. Once Yone has the shield bow, once Yasuo has the shield bow, once they can go ahead and get their mythics and even 1 or 2 legendaries, they're going to become very, very scary.
And okay, nothing else is going to happen. But yeah, it's if you're behind in a game, you're not really looking to make plays because you're lacking the items. So if you do go to make those plays, you're gonna lose them. The whole name of the game is actually just farming up. So you said it's redundant, but it's just absolutely true. More fighting in the ball lane. However, oh my god, those last couple of autos by Essence of Flame doing so much damage, and the rest of the damage coming through with that volley. Now on the top side, here's Cloudy Day yet again. MGMA isn't gonna have enough health now. Is running out of it.
Good ult on Senpai though.
But onto Senpai, able to pick it up. And oh my word, doing very good for himself, able to grab a kill over. The ultimate coming through with Doomsday, and Ravedorn also fighting that. I don't think he has the healing right now to do anything. Ultimate not used yet. That's how he's going to have to win that fight, with the ultimate trying to shred that armor, but without it, he's going to lose those fights. But yeah, I think if you're Team Big Vibrating Chungus, you just have to stall this game. There's nothing else you could do. Do your best to stall, keep those lanes pushed. And if you're Team Supp Diff, you have to try to end as quickly as you can, because every second that you're not ending is a second that Team Big Vibrating Chungus has to catch back up.
Absolutely. I think that if you're Supp Diff, you want to continue to be oppressive, continue to have that full map pressure that they've been having. Just basically continue to play how they've been playing. If you're Big Vibrating Chungus, we got to stop going for plays like this. We got to stop trying to force things. We've seen that happen a few times now. We've seen Your Eternity on the Yone get a little bit too aggressive. We've seen Ravedorn go aggressive. Though Ravedorn has been stronger, than the Yone, than the Diana in this game, we have seen him go a little bit aggressive at times. And I understand it can be frustrating when, you're behind. You just want to try to get yourself back in. But forcing plays isn't always going to get you there. And speaking of which, this one's not forced for the side of Team Big Vibrating Chungus, but it's not going to work. However, they're going to get the flash out of Cloudy Day, and a huge ultimate coming down from the Seraphine. Kano Rahara with these ults is coming really clutch, and this is why I really like that Seraphine pick. So, Supp Diff is taking an absolute hold of this game, and I don't really know how easy it's going to be for Big Vibrating Chungus to come back. However, it is always possible.
Yeah, and they actually were even in the first series there. The first time both these teams met, they actually went 1-1. So this is the second meeting of both these teams, and it is doable. Both teams can have both won games in this series before, so it's just about right now stalling this game. If you're Team Big Vibrating Chungus, if you can get to a point right now where you hit that late game, Yasuo going to do so much in that late game. I think that's what you want. They have a whole bunch of team fights, and they're looking to actually get a pick off for themselves, which might not be the worst thing. Gonna miss that wide, but here's 2Dude with that Diana ultimate. Gonna catch him. Your Eternity with the ultimate, but oh, Doomsday is unstoppable with the ultimate. Gonna be able to get out for himself right now. And the rest of the team is here, so the rest of the map is open right now for Team Supp Diff. So they might be able to get something on the bot side, but Ravedorn does connect, not going to follow through. So Team Supp Diff right now doing actually a good job to open up other plays on the other side of the map.
I like the idea behind that. I like the idea that they're trying to get those picks.
And Dragon.
As much as they have the team fight capability for Team Big Vibrating Chungus, when you're this behind, it's really hard to get those team fights off and win them. So I like the idea of trying to have that pick, but against a Malphite who has a flash up and who has an ult up, it's pretty hard to catch that pick. So
well, here's another pick onto Supp.
Speaking of picks, there we go. That is a successful pick. That is what we want to see. If you have that Mordekaiser and he has his ult up, you can pull him out. And especially against that Kassadin right now. Kassadin is not level 16, right? So once Kassadin hits level 16, that's when it becomes a serious issue.
Ash arrow perfectly placed again. Your Eternity, I don't think the shield bowl will save you
Okay.
just for now. Trying to do his best to get away, trying to get some health back, but Doomsday is just going to stand onto the E right now. Your Eternity has to come back eventually. Going to do
Your
that
Eternity
now, but
played that so
oh,
well
the
though,
flash.
but the Malphite ult just comes back up for Doomsday. That
Playing
was
it
played
so
so
well.
well though.
And I was gonna say too, I really like the fact that your Eternity was up in the top side, actually getting some gold. Any gold they can get, any turrets that they can get too. Ravedorn in the bot side now. Oh my god, this might be close. The healing, the ultimate coming through, hitting everything. Ravedorn, you monster on this Yasuo right now.
That's the TP flash out of Senpai as well. Ravedorn is doing some real good work here. So again, I'm liking the Owen pick for your Eternity. I think he's playing very, very well in the champion. However, I think a couple of, the gameplay, or sorry, the map and objective things have been neglected, and he's been focusing more on just trying to be aggressive. And he's like, all right, I'm a Yoan, I shouldn't be able to die here. But when you're this behind, it's kind of hard to do that. Even a Yone that is behind can do some massive damage. However, I think if they can play a little bit more patient, I think that's going to be the key here. We've talked about it already. And before that, we're going to see them possibly get into a fight here. MGMA is going to be getting hit by Cloudy Day on the Vi, but he's going to be able to do some major damage. Right now, he's going to get hit by this arrow. These Ash arrows have been incredible this game. And, MGMA is going to flash in, but he's just going to get instantly ulted by the Vi. And it's just going to be him going down. DJ 14432, I appreciate the follow. Aiden appreciates the follow. Thanks for supporting us here at Draft Seasons. Hopefully we can entertain you just a little bit, and hopefully these teams can entertain you as well. Right now, we're seeing a huge fight in the top side jungle. They're doing so much work, but Cloudy Day is just way too strong right now. Plus Doomsday on the Malphite. I think this could end up being the end of the game. Maybe not. Not quite the end of the game yet. The death timers, aren't quite long enough yet. But I think this could be Baron. Could be Baron. It's looking like Cloudy Day might be going towards it himself.
The rest of the team does look like they want to get this this inhibitor. I think Baron's the right call. I think they're almost wasting this right now. The death timers are up. The death timers are whittling away. They had a chance to take Baron. I think that's a missed opportunity. I think that if they were trying to end this game, they're trying to take away any time, any remaining seconds that Big Vibrating Chungus has to farm up that Yasuo, farm up that Yone. I think you have to go for the Baron on that play.
I agree. I think the Baron is 100% the play. And one thing that comes down to right now is communication. We've talked about it before in the tournament within the last few weeks. Communication is always huge in any team sport, including team esports. Communication is absolutely key for success in any team-oriented, activity, sport, whatever it is. And speaking of communication, I think that could be another issue here for the side of Team Big Vibrating Chungus. We've seen so many different people on that roster. We've seen Perfecto, we've seen Magungabung, we've seen Saftany, we've seen Your Eternity, Ravedorn, Two Dude, Thought Waffle, MGMAs. We've seen so many people on that roster. And over for the side of Team Supp Diff, I'm pretty sure every single week they've had their entire team, right? So they have all the experience of playing together. They have the ability to know how everybody on their team plays. And if they know that Cloudy Day is going to be playing well, if they know Essence of Flames is playing well, they know how to play around it. They know how to communicate that. I think when you learn, when you play together for a while, you have that capability. Your Eternity is going to be doing everything you can to try to stay alive, but when it's a 5v1, there's only so much you can do. I think there's a lot of videos on the internet of 5v1s, but I would not suggest watching them unless it's this one. So they're also going to be able to take away this blue buff, likely pick up this Ocean Dragon, put them to soul point. 24-4, 10,000 gold almost. It's not looking great for Big Vibrating Chungus. This is looking like game.
However, in the top side, Ravedorn and Two Dude doing a fantastic job. Gonna get caught up by the Malphite ultimate. Two Dude is tanking up the turret too. He is actually gonna go down to the turret. Ravedorn able to maybe try to get one back, but Doomsday is so tanky and has so much damage. The shield bolt coming out. Ravedorn is going to flash forward, get one more auto off, and here's the rest of the team. How do they respond? They're going for the dragon. They're trying to force down mid, but this is an open turret right now with no one else to come back. They are trying to find ways back into the game. Kanahara right now is looking to try to get back, looking to try to stop Ravedorn on this flank right now. They are trying to go for this flank, so we'll have to see if
Ravedorn's going to be executing. I don't
Okay,
think that's a
probably.
terrible idea.
Yeah, probably a better play.
Yeah, I don't think that's a terrible idea. Just because of the fact that we see the Seraphine coming, we see the casting coming, we don't really want to give them their gold, and there's no way. At that point, he already stayed for so long. I don't think he's getting out. While I do think there is a possibility that he could have gotten out, I don't mind the idea of the execute. He got a lot of damage down on that turret. He doesn't give up any gold to the enemy team. He doesn't have any pressure coming into his team right now from the enemy team. You know, the side of Team Supp Diff is not really putting a whole lot of pressure on them right now because they can't have any pressure in the top lane. The dragon's already gone.
Oh.
However, Your Eternity is going to be giving up his life. Speaking of
Wow.
pressure, I think that might have just been a slight overextension of Your Eternity, not having vision of pretty much anywhere on the map right now. But you know what? Things like that are going to happen.
Here
We are going to
go.
see a big 3v3 skirmish, and I think that should be a win for the side of Team Supp Diff. And it's looking like that is going to be the case. We see the flash out of Kana Rahar. MG Maze can't do anything. His ult put him trapped behind the rock. And that is going to be another kill down onto Essence of Flames.
And this could potentially be an inhibitor. Only the Ravedorn and Thought Waffle on the Rakan left to try to do anything to stop them. But that's 4 members of Team Supp Diff right now able to run down through the base. I think they can absolutely take that and transition to that into a Baron. It is up right now. The rest of the team not there to follow. But here's the ultimate, and it's huge. And the Yasuo ultimate following through. This is the team fight they needed. If they can't win this, I don't know what else they can win. Senpai should be going down now, and he is. Ravedorn gonna hit one more onto Doomsday and to Kanarahar, and the crit is huge. Ravedorn doing so much work. But here comes the Vi. Cloudy Day also does so much damage, able to ult onto Ravedorn, and here's the... Oh my word, here's the damage coming through. Everyone's going to die. The Ashe ult is going to connect and kill, and everyone is falling. Cloudy Day should be going next, but not
that
before
Stair
picking up
Shield
one more
is
kill.
going to be
and the
major.
Stair Shield is huge, and Cloudy Day will get out with their life, but not before going back in onto 2, dude. Oh my word, this Vi is a menace. Back going in onto MG Mass, and he should be able to get another kill up for himself. Cloudy Day on this Vi. I don't know if he...
There we go.
Mind.
First death of the game for Cloudy Day. MGMA is doing a little bit of the BM.
Dance.
Mr. Exquisite. We will be getting some updates on the standings coming out after this game. Likely, we'll have like a full update, obviously, after the games are done tonight. However, we can go ahead and get you a quick little update before your game start after this one. But during the middle of the game would be obviously a little bit difficult. But we want to see who wins this game. Once this game's over, we will get you a little bit of an answer. All right, so we'll try to get that for you after this game is over. Sound good? Perfect. So,
and this game might be over sooner rather than later with that dragon, that soul dragon coming up in a minute 30. I think both teams have to get it. I think right now, vision is the most important thing. Both teams need to get vision around that objective, around Dragon and around Baron, because if you don't get that vision, neither team is going to win this fight. I think we just saw out of the side of Team Big Vibrating Chungus, they're still in this game. If they can hit those ultimates, they are absolutely still in this game.
I absolutely agree. We've seen the damage that Ravedorn can do. MGMA is a sleeper right now. He actually still does some major damage, even though the only damage item he has is that Riftmaker. We're seeing him do some major damage. I don't know if this is a meta item on Yasuo, but maybe an LDR could be coming out from Yasuo to deal with that Malphite.
Well, hold on now.
And Cloudy Day
went down. Cloudy Day able to catch himself a Ravedorn. And I don't know if it's hunting season for Ravedorn just yet, but Cloudy Day seems to think it is. And he's looking on the hunt yet again.
Nice MGMAs though.
With a fantastic E, knowing the champion, knowing how to play it just perfectly. Very well done there. But it does seem that Team Supp Diff is going to have dragon control. And this is going to be a bit of a problem for BVC right now because they don't have that soul. And now Team Supp Diff does have that soul. So it is going to be a bit of a problem. Ashe here, we're going to go wide. Your Eternity should be falling down to this Ashe. Just maybe.
And you know what? I think this could be game. Unless they can take out Cloudy Day. But that Seraphine ultimate is going to be massive. I think they're going to be able to win this team fight. Supp Diff might take this game as well.
Supp Diff could in fact tape this game. MGMA is not going to be able to put out the damage that he pulled out in the last team fight that made me just stop and question and reevaluate my life choices. But this final dragon, this soul point, is going to go over to Team Supp Diff. In the top side, Senpai is still working on that tower. But holy crap, Ravedorn is doing some damage. Not going to be able to follow through because obviously Cassidy can move at a mile a minute, can dash away from anything. He's got 20 billion flashes. Essence of Flames now working on... Plus that Everfrost. Essence of Flames now working on this inhibitor. I think Ravedorn wants to go for this. He's looking for the dash plays. He's got to watch out for that Seraphine. A nice wind wall is going to stop it just for now. Essence of Flames, though, is going to kite back in, but a huge ultimate coming through, and this is the fight that they needed. Essence of Flames is kiting like an absolute champion, though. A madman that he is. Cloudy Day has arrived. Your attorney is very low, and Doomsday is going to ult onto your attorney, able to pick up a kill for himself. Cloudy Day is going to go in now. Dude should be dropping soon. A nice pickup by Kenarahara, stunning the rest of the team. And now MGMA's, the final one has been dropped, and it should be Team Supp Diff picking up Game 2 of the final series that they have going into playoffs. What a